Welcome, everybody, to a new season of Apex Online Racing Formula One. It is season 25. We are about 3 rounds in already to the new season, by the way. Welcome along to the resumption of the streams. It's Benikage with you, and we are about ready to get underway. Loading in now for the qualifying, of course. But as we do, let's take a look at that lovely standings. As you can see, we have got ourselves a pretty interesting matchup here for the standings. F1 Racer 29, he is 12 points clear at the top right now. In the Ferrari AlphaTauri for P4, our league coordinator is in second. He jumped 8 places off his victory last weekend in Austria. Nico Sauce is down to third, tied on 19 points with Jim Pasty. And then it's going to be Gabs in fifth on 18 points, just a point separating them, tied with Trocchio and Vaga as well, also on 18 points. 15 points for Luzio, 10 for Solid Snake Ninja, both of them up 4 positions. Down 4 is going to be I believe it's Zoiga and Max Duca as well, down 4 positions, 10 points for Zoiga and 6 for Max Duca. Tudor is in 12th, the Romanian. The Legend of AOR, he is down in 12th with 4 points. And then Mulchi and Toby is down in 13th on 3 points. Yet to score. Super Jesse, Andre Ivan, our mate, Trash 22, Alintia, Pedro PM at Rivershawn, and J Repo, of course. Over in the team standings, please. Scuderia Ferrari, 28 points. They lead by just 2 points over Williams. Scuderia AlphaTauri are going to be 6 points behind them. Red Bull Racing, 8 points behind in fourth. Alpine in the middle of the pack on 21, just 2 points ahead of their American counterparts in Haas. Aston Martin are in seventh on 18 points, just a point behind. And then, of course, it is going to be McLaren in eighth, tied on points with Mercedes. Alfa Romeo yet to score. Over taking a look at Tier 2, by the way. Dimitri, he's in the lead with 36 points, just 2 ahead of Dr. Carter. Bocce Lightyear is in third. J-Trey is in fourth. Rich in fifth. Joker at sixth. Michael Goodram in seventh. Masio 21 in eighth. It's Michiulis in ninth. Sorry, I put up apologies. Finger Pilot is in 10th. Banke, Slayton Bob, and Arfax in 13th. LSD High, 14th. Philip Kraegels, Donk Dank, Larchiello, Hans, and Crackshot all yet to score. In the team standings for Tier 2, you've got Red Bull Racing on 58. McLaren are 10 points behind in second on 48. Alpine are on 38 and another 10 points back in third, just 2 ahead of the Mercedes team in fourth. Williams are in fifth on 8 points, a very wide gap, 22 points there. Between fifth and fourth, and only a point ahead of AlphaTauri, who are 3 ahead of Ferrari, who are 2 ahead of Alfa Romeo, tied on points with Aston Martin and Haas at the bottom in 10th. That's enough for the standings. Let's get to the game, shall we? We've got ourselves a race going on. I need to actually set up the race. I beg your pardon. We'll go with the telemetry for this. That's my UI. And let's get to it, shall we? So we've got ourselves a Monaco Street Circuit here between these two. We'll leave the telemetry up for qualifying. We're going to take it off for the race. But to show you where these cars decide to use their battery, of course, on the outlet right now. We've got Matthias Brocken. Forgive me, my European pronunciations are not going to be particularly the best. Beg your pardon, I did not mean all that. So, Super Jesse comes across the line first. He has got himself a 1:12.2, followed by the 1:12.3 from Solid Snake Army coming across. He's got the 1:10.8. He is right in the lead there for the 1:10.8. So now we've got, I believe that's going to be Rivershawn is coming across the line. He's getting ready to come across the line now. Our mate is still unbeaten. Rivershawn goes to 1:11.2. It's going to be Pesty on the 1:11.1 as we move over to, I believe it's going to be, let's take a look at fastest lap coming up from F1 Racer, who could compete for the top here. Let's see. Ferrari. Going across. Chicane. Third section here. Around to the final corner, and the time for him going to be a 1:11.6. Not a bad lap for F1 Racer. Certainly a lot of time he would think is available to get picked up there. We've got Zoika over on, I don't know if it's Iga. It might be Iga, actually, beg your pardon. But he is coming through Sector 2 now. There's only him and Andre Ivan who are on the hot laps. Ivan behind him. Just going around towards Casino right now. As the tunnel is going to go Iga. Down to the swimming pool section. Everybody on softs, obviously. Is Mulchian and Vaga. We'll have to watch them, of course. Iga coming around now, the final section. And what is the time going to be? It's looking like it could be into the 110s. It's looking pretty good, actually. Maybe the 111s, the low 111s. It's going to be a 111.7. It's going to be the mid to high 111s. But it's still a good lap. It's still going to be good for 6th place. Bad, all things considered. Pardon, I just wanted to lower the game sound a little bit. So 1:11.7 for it. We were talking about the, I believe it was the Haas at some point. Can't seem to pick that up. Vaga, meanwhile, also on outlets. Same with Mulchian. In the tunnel. Vaga right now coming around this final set pair of turns. Oh, he shifted into neutral. That's unfortunate. He shifted into neutral. That's certainly going to put a damper on the lap. This is going to be quite a lap to forget. 1:17.2 for Vaga. Mulchian now. What can he do? He is catching up in the same area of the track. The final 2 turns, DRS wide open. He's used a lot of his energy, his battery. Mulchian with a 1:11.1. Very solid 1:11.1 as well. 1:11.125 for Mulchian, who is going to be up into 3rd position now. Matthias, what can he do? He is going around Casino. Let's stay on this lap. We do have, I believe, some drivers in front of him. Is it going to be? Yes, it is going to be Iga in front of him as well. I believe Troika might be in front of him. No, Troika's lap, or Trokio, his lap is going to be invalidated. So we are going to be watching Iga here. Swimming pool section here. Can he improve on the 1:11.7? 11.7. DRS open. He's got no battery life left practically. It's going to be a 1:11.9. Ran out of the battery there a little bit too much. F1 Racer with a 1:10.8. Very solid. Our mate got a 1:10.8 as well. So now, where are we at here? We're going to go over towards, well, it was going to be solid Ninja Snake, but he has invalidated his lap. So now we're going to watch Tash 22 here. Purple in Sector 2. Very solid Sector 2. Really well handled swimming pool section here. And now towards the final turns. Very tricky Monaco. The DRS open. He took it in 3rd gear. A little bit loose, this car. Wiggling around a little bit. 110's looking good. 1:11.1. Good enough for 3rd. Very solid lap from Tash, as I believe my F1 has just Okay, apologies. My F1 froze there for a second. Nonetheless, we do have our mate. I don't know if he is on an out lap actually, or I'm sorry, beg your pardon. If he's on an in lap or a hot lap, we'll see. But it is only, I believe isn't that Rivershawn? Can be doubt. Rivershawn's lost his wing, so he's invalidated his lap, so he's not going to be on a hot lap, and indeed they let the McLaren through. Our mate here is a 10th down after sector 1 and across sector 2. He is 1.2 seconds off our mate, so this lap is pretty much aborted. It's not going to be a hot lap. Let's take a look at Phoenix, who at a 1:13.1 for his opening lap. I believe he's lost an end plate on that right-hand side, has he? No, he still hasn't. I beg your pardon. It was pretty rough over the swimming pool section. Car definitely had a bit of bounce in that one, but let's see what he decides to do here, or what time he should get, I should say. DRS wide open. He's coming around towards the final turn. It's not going to be an improvement. It is going to be a 14.4. So that swimming pool section took a little bit too much out of the time. That chicane, I should say, took a little bit too much time. He just went over too many curbs, and unfortunately he is not able to improve on his time. Now, going over towards our mate, who I believe might be on an in lap. Chicane decently. Not necessarily a bad way to take that chicane. Let's see where he comes in through the final 2 turns. First cross-play F1 broadcast since the league's existence. Mouse cursor's on the screen, mate. Sorry. Game sound is pretty loud compared to you and onboard. Yeah, the onboards are real loud. I can lower the volume some more. I'll drop it down to -7 dB. Sorry about the mouse cursor. I gotta have it in windowed mode. I only have one monitor. So, gotta work out the kinks, mate. It's been 3 seasons. Ooh, in the walls that Merc. Not good. Our mate went 1:10.6, by the way, but caught up with a Merc there on the end lap. So he is definitely not good. I mean, wasn't in lap anyway, but unfortunately for the Mercedes, that's going to be some repair time as well. That's not what you would wanted. 6 minutes left in the qualifying session. Following Mulchian now through the final 2 turns of the Monaco Street Circuit here. DRS wide open. Towards Gary. Looked like a pretty good launch. It's not going to be the 110s. It's going to be a 111.1 now. He doesn't manage to improve. He's only 2/10 off his previous pace, but some consistency to take comfort in at least. And that's going to be Mulchin coming in for an in-lap. He has enough time to get an in-lap, maybe another lap or 2 in. The question is, how worn does he want the tires, right? Driving down to 1:11.6. We do have Tash, who's out on track. He's invalidated his lap, even though it was an. So the question is, does he want to go again? I should say. That's the question. Does he want to go again? We will see. We do have Iga out on the track through the tunnel section as well. He does have a slow car in front of him, and Andre Ivan, who's on the out lap. He's not going to want to give him any. Oh, he's invalidated his lap anyway. He has invalidated his lap. He will go around the Haas because the Haas is not going to know that. But yes, very much so, he's invalidated his lap. And so Iga will not be able to put in time for this one here. Let's move over to Andre Ivan, shall we? Looking to improve his time. He's just looking to start a brand new hot lap. So up to speed, DRS coming. He actually takes that corner in low gear. You see a lot of drivers taking it in 4th. He's taking it in 7th. So very low gear here for Andre Ivan coming around towards the straight up through these opening sections. Casino turn here towards the little hairpin. It's going to be Andre Ivan trying to improve on his time. The sole Haas in the field Ninth place currently, 1:11.6. Field's pretty tight. It's only a second separating second, pretty much down to 10th. So very tight field. Now down to Lavelle chicane. Took a big chunk of the curb there. Moved the side very nicely. Now down through the swimming pool section. There's Cass. And a little bit higher of a gear this time. He was in second on the exit of the hot lap. Now takes it in third. Is he going to come around and prove? Yes, he will by 3/10, so 1:11.2. Good enough to bump him up on to 7th. So we'll see how the rest of the field shapes up now. There is only 3 minutes left. They are starting to come out for their outlaps. Rivershawn was on one, but he invalidated it at the first turn. So he is really on. He's going to race back to the pits and he wants to put on a fresher set of tires. And of course, Pasty is behind. Purple through sector 1. Is Pasty going to be able to do round the hairpin? To purple through sector 2, I believe that was as well. He's a 10th up on his time. He's passing, looking for the 1:10.7s right now. Maybe the 1:10.6. F1 Racer, in the meanwhile, has put in a 1:10.3. Around the final turn, off to the races. What's he going to be able to do? It's going to be a 1:10.8. He improves by only 0.03 of a second. And he is going to improve his time, but not change positions. Now, minute 30 to go. How's the field stacking up? Phoenix on a hot lap. Matishin is on a flying lap. He just came across the line to 1:14. He doesn't improve his time. Solid Snake is down to 14th. Retired is Vaca and Duca. Duca not setting a lap time. He'll finish bottom. Vaca going to be on a 1:10.2. He will also finish 15th. Done with his lap time. Let's get a grip on the field. We do have Andre Ivan coming across the line. Ferrari right behind him. Andre Ivan trying to improve on a 1:11.2 right now. Can he do so in the Haas? Again in third gear, coming up to the line, flying across the line. Is he going to be able to improve? No. It's a 1:11.15. No improvement for him. Next in line is going to be a Mercedes. It looks like it's going to be, it should be Rivershawn. Rivershawn is going to come into the pit, so he is done. Now it is an AlphaTauri behind him. I believe that is going to be, the Alpine got kind of, I don't know what happened there. Pedro's going to retire. Tash on the cross the line is not going to improve either. 1:14, he's done. That is the end of his qualifying time. Now we do have a Red Bull coming across the line next. It looks like that is going to be Mulchian, who has climbed up into 5th. Mulchian, a 1:11.1. He is just 100th of a second behind Tash in 4th. Can he improve? He's invalidated his lap. Beg your pardon, he's invalidated this lap. It is going to be Super Jesse coming across the line. He doesn't improve his time. It is a 1:11.4 for Super Jesse. Now, his teammate, Macias, he's moved into the pits. F1 Racer's retired. He's got a 1:10.3. He's hoping it survives these final few cars, the one of which is Iga, looking to improve his time. What is auto director doing? And Iga's into the pits. He will not improve his time. Then it is going to be Andre Ivan as well. He is coming into the pits. He will not improve his time. He is done. And you have got I believe this is the Aston Martin, beg your pardon, of Tash, who's looking to come across. He's invalidated his lap. He's done. Tash is done. Solid Snake is on a hot lap. So is our mate, though. He is coming across the line next. Our mate. Oh, he's got a little bit wide. Oh, he got a little bit loose coming out of the final turn. That's certainly going to cost him. It is a 1:10.8. certainly that wiggle cost him a bit. Now, it is going to be Solid Snake coming across the line. He does not improve his time. It is a 1:11.3. The field is in. That is it for the field. We are done and dusted. F1 Racer with a 1:10.3, 2.5 tenths quicker for pole. Our mate in second. Pasti is in third. Tash in fourth. Mulchi in fifth. Rivershot sixth. Andre Ivan will be seventh. We'll get you the full field in just a moment's time. But it is F1 Racer pole position for this race coming up. Winner at Portimao, fourth place at the A1 ring. And now on pole here for Monaco. Our mate second, Pasti third, Tash is fourth, Molchian is fifth, Rivershawn sixth. It is going to be Andre Ivan seventh, Solid Snake Ninja eighth, Troikyo is going to be ninth, Super Jesse 10th, Pedro 11th, Iga is 12th, Phoenix 13th, Mastias is 14th, Vaga and Max Duca 15th and 16th, of course. So that is the field set, done and dusted. The race is next. Monaco, always a surprise, always an endurance race, always a battle of if you can keep your front wing. It has been pretty much since the early 2010 days of F1, especially back in the old 2011, 2012 days. Oh, and we have rain in the forecast. We have rain on the track. It's going to be a wet Monaco race. You definitely are not going to want to miss this. This is going to be very, very soggy by the looks of it. Might be good for inters. We will see. But as of right now, we do have a lot of rain on the track. We'll see. I don't know if the puddling is going to be super heavy, but definitely throwing a wrench in a lot of the plans. Drivers not going to be particularly too pleased that one of the hardest tracks in the world, if not the hardest track to drive in the world, has just been made even more difficult. It's been made more difficult by Mother Nature. I'm going to drop the sound of the engines just to sound of the game, just 2 more decibels.
Here we go then. The formation lap is
formation
underway.
lap.
These are wet conditions here today.
Oh, I should turn the commentary off, shouldn't I? Apologies. Good Lord. I did everything, including get rid of the music, but forgot the actual commentary. No. Can you tell it's been a year? Just waiting on the settings to finish saving here, and then we will be good to go. So formation lap. Team's getting ready for. Oh, I might have this. Oh, it looks like we might be resetting the session here. Beg your pardon. We're going to throw it to a quick break while we reset the session, and we'll be back with the race. Don't go anywhere. We are back. Welcome back. We're right into it. Apologies. It took me a solid like 2 minutes to load out and load in. But we do have Armate who has retired from the set, or Vaga's retired from the Armate just DNF'd. Armate is just retired from the session. You are about to see Armate in the wall, unfortunately, in lap 3. That is a big championship contender out. Tash and Rivershot already with penalties. An F1 racer at the front of the pack, 9 seconds ahead. So we missed the start. Apologies if we were stuck on the loading screen. As F1 racer coming around here, 9 seconds into the lead. Max Duca is going to pass his man, so he's up to 13th and 14th for the bottom 2. And actually, what happened to Pasti? Pasti was 3rd, and now he's down in 14th place. So absolute chaos at the start. Solid Snake Ninja is up into 4th. He is looking good for this pass. There is also a pretty intense battle between 9th and 12th right now. That is a very significant part of the pack stuck there. And it is going to be F1 racer who continues to increase the lead. I thought it was going to be Inter's territory. It's not. It is full wets for some of these cars. As Rivershawn, looking for the pass, Andre Ivan overtakes Rivershawn, who has had to go into the pits. So Rivershawn into the pits. He will drop down a few places, but that is left Tash trying to, with 3-second time penalty, by the way, trying to fight off the challenges that are coming from Solid Snake Ninja and Trokyo. So the Aston Martin holding on to the podium spot for now. With the penalty, he won't have it, but trying to fend off the challenge right now between this McLaren, who has Trokyo in the Alpine breathing right down his neck. Or I'm sorry, in the Williams, not the Alpine, beg your pardon. Breathing right down his neck as these three go straight into the tunnel. And the worst part with the wet weather is the dry tunnel to just absolutely take all the grip you had on the wets away from you. Andre Ivan trying to do his best, but he is losing significant time to the top 5. He falls from 3.9 to 4.4 seconds back. Really struggling on that swimming pool. I'm sorry, not swimming, the Novel chicane. And so now, a little bit of a peak there. McLaren didn't really catch that cleanly. DRS, of course, makes passing even more difficult if the wet didn't do that already here on this most iconic F1 track. Penalty for Pedro. He's got a 3-second time penalty. He's okay for now, but as long as Phoenix doesn't close the gap, we have Matias coming into the pit. It looks like for a wing change. Yes, he's missing that front left wing. He is coming into the pit, so it is going to be Iga who passes him. Rivershawn will do the same. And Max Duca will do the same as well. So, Trokyo, meanwhile, has gotten past the McLaren into 4th. Matias coming into the pits well back. His time hasn't updated. He's still looking at, there he is. He's 10.6 seconds and counting behind. Now, Tash with another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. He has gotten it at that chicane yet again. So now 6 seconds is going to be the buffer. That is going to put him somewhere into 6th right now. The rest of the field coming into play if he gets more penalties. F1 Racer has gone purple, fastest lap. And we've got a spin in turn 2, or in sector 2. Who was that? Is that, who has spun? It's not F1 Racer. It is, I believe, Mathieu, who has spun at the hairpin. Is there damage on the wings? No, he looks okay. It looks like it's just a spin. He should be good for now. Back to the battle for 3rd and 4th. Tash is trying to put some distance between these two. It was less than a second. It is now 1 1/10. The rest of the field starting to spread out. Can Matias come back into this race? He is 17 seconds back from Pasti in 13th place. It's going to be tough to see if he can. Tash loses a little bit of time here around the hairpin at the start of the second sector. Now just 7/10 in front of Tokyo, who's looking to continue his good form. He had made a pass on Solid Snake about 2 laps ago. Looking hungry to do it on the track over Tash, trying to close the gap between him and maybe Molchian, who is not looking able to close the gap to F1 Racer. That gap from 9 seconds now to 13.1. But this Williams pinned to the gearbox now of this Aston Martin. Aston Martin got a little wiggle there coming out of that turn. Can Williams take advantage of it? Can Tokyo get the pass done? A wider line from Tash. It's going to give him the optimal entry into turn number 1. And Tash, but Tash does not get a clean exit. Look at where this Williams is, all the way up the hill, trying to find a gap. And Tash in the wall, he scrapes the wall. He opens the door, and Tokyo will come straight through. 3rd place for Tokyo. Okay. Appreciate it, fella. I'll probably drop it another 2-3 decibels in a minute here. Solid Snake Ninja. Now is it his opportunity to get onto Tash. Tash looking really loose. Look at that slide going in towards the tunnel here. Is this going to be a passing opportunity going down into the chicane for Solid Snake Ninja? We'll see. He has got the... Oh, and he thought about it. He definitely thought about it, Solid Snake Ninja, but he can't get it to stick. And it's going to stay Tash in front. Meanwhile, Pedro in P9 looking towards 8th position. I don't want to change. This is a pretty good fight right now for P4 on the track. Oh, and into the pits is going to go Tash. Tash diving into the pits. It will be 5th. Now we're going to go over towards the other battle. Look at this 3-way battle right now. Duca in the Alpine. That's definitely Alpine. Trying to get closer to Pedro and Rivershawn. Rivershawn 20 seconds adrift of Super Jesse. 20 seconds adrift of now Tash and Super Jesse fighting now. Well, they swapped places in the pits, I should say. A lot of pits. The Alpine behind this Alfa Romeo is going to dive into the pits. That's going to give me a nice breather to just drop the game sound a little bit more for you guys. I'm going to drop it another 3 decibels, and then we're going to come back and resume. So Phoenix out of the pit in the Alpha Tauri with intermediates. We're starting to see intermediates here. This is the field you can see at the front. F1 Racer, you have Molchian and Solid Snake Ninja. They are all still on the wets. The entire rest of the field now has moved on to intermediates. F1 Racer's in the pits. Inter's incoming for him. Molchian and Solid Snake Ninja will have to follow. So the leader pits, the rest of the field pits. It is Inter's time with the track drying out. There's your position changes. Pasty down into 13th. And 5 for Tokyo and Solid Snake Ninja. They've had the biggest gains on the afternoon. Our mate down 13. He is out. Vaga is out. Early chaos for these teams. And it's going to be F1 Racer, the blue flags, starting to get a little bit of traffic here. Pent up. He's approaching Pasty now. Who's 30 seconds adrift. There is a battle, meanwhile, for 11th. Rivershawn, after the pits, has got the Alpine back in the rearview mirrors and trying to approach for this position. He does have the penalty, Rivershawn, so Duca trying to do it on trap, trying to get. It is good right now. Good, perfect. Duca trying to get by. He wants to close the gap because he wants to get into the points. Iga is up there in 10th. And Rivershawn's only 1.1 seconds adrift. So, what can Duca do to find the time, find the opening, find a way around the first of these two Mercedes who could work together. That is a big thing that's going to work against Duca, is that these two McLaren, or Mercedes I should say, are going to work together here. Very good cornering from Duca. He's really staying, he's really keeping the pressure on Rivershawn. A little bit of slide from both drivers going into the tunnel. As Trocchio has put the fastest lap in. He's got the purple lap, 1:23.9 now. The Alpine thinking about it there for a second. No can do. I have to be on the home straight. 11 laps. We're approaching a third of the way through our race distance. Big chunk of the curb there for Duca as well. Doesn't seem to slow him up. He's taking a wider line coming out of Rascasse now. Can he do it on the short? Oh, he's not going to be able to do it. That's a big wiggle. And Rivershawn is pushed through by Iga. Iga's going to have to defend, though, because the Alpine wants to take advantage and just shutting the door perfectly in the face of Duca is going to be Iga, who holds on to P11 for Mercedes. That's going to give Rivershawn the ability to try and catch up. Phoenix is a car they fancy chasing down. 11.5 seconds the difference here. And now Iga, if he can defend here against this Alpine, can try and let Rivershawn put some distance between him and, well, Rivershawn, because you want to get Rivershawn up the road. That's the intention here with the team orders. Rivershawn trying to get a 3-second gap from Iga, also trying to get that gap down to Phoenix. Meanwhile, Trocchio, who is setting purples, is starting to approach Mulchian for P2. We will be watching that very closely, but first, this battle for P11 and P10 incoming here. Is Duca going to be able to? It looks like he's lost a little bit of time, Duca. He took a big chunk of that curb as well, but that has given him a little bit of time here on Iga as well. Now down to just 3/4 of a second. Are we going to start to see the dries is the question. Oh no, we've got a spin. Pedro spun. Pedro in the pits. Oh no, I'm sorry, he has a spot. I beg your pardon, he was in the pits. But we're going to move over towards Mulchian for a second. You also are watching Super Jesse, who's starting to approach Tash. Trocchio and Mulchian. This battle for P2. Trocchio's looked very quick. F1 Racer will take the purple lap back off of him. A 1:22, the first car to break into the 22s. Tash with another 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt his chances of a podium, or a points really, almost. It is going to put him into 8th right now because the gap between him and Phoenix and Rivershawn and Phoenix is huge. But that gap is narrowing down, and he does not have room to get a lot more penalties, that's for sure. Trocchio trying to gun down Mulchian here. Duca still trying to get by Iga, who Rivershawn has put distance between him and his teammate now. 2.2 seconds the gap. He has cut the gap to Phoenix down to 10.6. Phoenix just passed Tash. Tash looks to be headed into the pits. Yes, Tash is currently in the pits. Rivershawn will pass it as well. So Rivershawn up to 8th. That puts Iga into the points. Same with Duca. Tash with 12 seconds of time penalties now out of the points. Trocchio, oh no, bad to worse. The situation suddenly changes. Trocchio with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And now the pressure really on him. F1 Racer goes purple again on the intermediates at 1:22.3. It's a fight for second between these two. Really 19 seconds the gap between Mulchian and Trocchio. Now Trocchio has to not only make the pass on the track, but create the gap with the penalties in play. Is he going to? Oh no, Pedro's out. Pedro has DNF'd, it looks like. So our third driver out. Trocchio closing the distance. Duca trying to do the same. Zoika, that's a battle for 9th place. We will switch to that very quickly. Look at how close Duca is to this Mercedes going through the Nouvelle Chicane. So it is going to be in towards Rashcash, and that Mercedes got very loose here. Opportunity for the Alpine. Can he take advantage? The Alpine gets a little loose, though. Does he still have the run? Has it ruined the momentum down to turn one? It looks like it might not. He's still going for the move. He's still looking to the outside. The Mercedes with the defense here. Can he do it up the hill? We've seen it in previous seasons. Shout out to Ripster for his pass of the season back in, I want to say, season 21 up the hill at Monaco. No such move here, though, from Duca on lap 15. Duca's still looking for the move. Trying to double his points. Down to the chicane they go. He took a lot of curb there. That is going to set him back. You can see the gap. Maintaining the same. Both drivers taking quite a bit of curb, actually. Duca trying to get the time back here in this final swimming pool section. He has cut the gap to 5/10. Looking for a little bit of a wiggle maybe from this Mercedes. The Alpines had trouble keeping it balanced. He does this time. Is he going to get the momentum? Oh, a little loose going around the turn there. Around the bend on the front straight. No. Again, Iga is able to defend. The Alpine not able to break through as of so far. And also not able to break through is going to be Trocchio. F1 Racer continues to go purple down into the 122 ones. Trocchio, 6/10 back from Mulchian. He's got to believe he can do this, get past and create the gap. Getting past is the first part. A little loose coming out of that turn is going to be the Williams, and so timed the gap builds going up the hill to a second. Interesting thing about the track is if you look at the track, it does look to be drying in certain spots. Winters might still be the best bet, but the rain is still falling, but there's definitely not as much puddling going on the track. We'll see if that has an effect on the rest of this race. A third of the way through the race. F1 Racer still at the front, 20 seconds the lead. His rival, R-Mate, very much out. He crashed out. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 2, and it looks to be, is that going to be Madishan again? Yes, he's lost his wing. Debris in section 2 of this track. A loose wing. Marshall's will have to clear that up. Could puncture tires. And so Matisyan will come in. Ivan's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is going to put a damper on any chase down of solid Ninja Snake. As they put that new wing on Matish Brachten, and away he will go. Over to Duca, still trying to chase down Iga. There has been a gap between Trocchio and Mulchian who has formed. That gap, remember, Trocchio was looking for it. That gap was about half a second at times. It is now 2.1 seconds. Not in the picture is Solid Snake Ninja. He is 12 seconds away from threatening this position, his podium position from Trocchio. So comfortable in the podium spot for now, but the gap very much filling. And again, the track looking very dry, particularly around this first sector. It is, we'll see if we are going to get the dry weather. It's definitely still a need for intermediates, but How much longer? And will the weather change? Will it worsen even? And will we go back to what started on wets, now on inters, could be on dries by the end of this race? We will see. Duca. Pressure onto Iga, whose defense has been impregnable right now. In what is only battle for position on the track right now. Top 6 pretty comfortable. Phoenix is 12.5 back in 7th. Rivershawn has cut that gap though. It is down to 6.1. Oh, very good move. Very good run. Can the Williams do it here? On lap 18, he wants to go wide, and again, Iga does not change his line. It does not open the window of opportunity for Duca. And again, Duca must wait, must learn to pick his spots. Around towards the hairpin they go. Very close. You definitely can't pass in the hairpin. It's got to be said. That is just a suicide mission. But this is very close. And oh, again, a little wiggle from the Alpine. He's getting very close to the rear wing there. But the little wiggle out and into the tunnel right now is a different speaker. Super Jesse closing the gap to Andre Ivan, by the way. That gap was 3 seconds when Andre Ivan took the penalty. Now down to 1.1. So something to watch for there. Rivershawn's got the gap down to 4.9. Remember, Phoenix, the gap was 9 seconds when Rivershawn got the team orders and passed Iga. Now, the gap is 13.9. So Phoenix losing 4 seconds to Super Jesse. And Rivershawn, Phoenix also losing about 10 seconds. Maybe it's more about like 7 seconds, really, to Rivershawn. Again, this Williams looking for the move. Duca, can he do it? He is starting to see that possibilities opening up. He is staying very, very close to this Mercedes. Extremely. This is probably the closest out of the hairpin that he has been. He doesn't wiggle. This could be the time. The Williams has got to stay in the draft. The Williams has got to stay really in the stream, and still not an opportunity going down into the chicane for, I'm sorry, not the Williams, the Alpine for Duca. Still not an opportunity for the Alpine. Pass with a 3-second time penalty. His chances of a points-paying position are all but over. And now, what can the Alpine do? Again, oh, a big wiggle. Again, coming out of that turn. And again, the door would be shut for Duca here. And yes, it will be no pass. Now, Super Jesse over to him on the intermediates for a second. Trying to close this gap. He's definitely can see the cars in front. The gap is reopened to 1.7. He's got his eyes on the Haas. Penalty will allow him to pass in the standings, but love to do it on the track. Especially with Solid Snake Ninja only 1.4 further up the road. Duca, I don't know what happened, but he has lost a lot of time. A lot of time. All of a sudden to Iga, 1.2 back. The gap ever so closing. Rivershawn as well. Starting to see the gearbox of Phoenix ahead of him. He sees the target. He's got his eyes trained on it. Very good driving so far from Rivershawn to recover the recovery drive, if you would. Another one to keep an eye on. So watching Andre Ivan's approach of Solid Snake, Super Jesse's approach of Andre Ivan as F1 racer almost puts it in the 121s. The track definitely trying out. The rain has stopped. And so softs could be coming up here soon. Softs or mediums. I'd say might be able to get away with softs. Rivershawn is right on this gearbox. He wants this pass. Phoenix here. Trying like desperately to hold on in front. Rivershawn has chased this man down. Oh, a little bit of a bump there coming out of the chicane. Very slow chicane from Phoenix. Rivershawn's not going to be too upset. He's going to be able to do certainly on the straight. You would expect it on the straight. Duca also looking to get the pass done. He is very much closed in. This Ferrari is right behind him, but that is a lapped car. Oh, I believe that's actually Pedro. Is it Pedro? I don't know if that's Pedro or not. Rivershawn trying to get the pass done. Andre Ivan's pretty much closed in on Solid Snake as well. Duca's still not able to get around Iga. Mercedes here trying to chase down this AlphaTauri. Yeah, that's a ghost car for the Ferrari. That's nothing to worry about. Now, again, a little wiggle there from Rivershawn. AlphaTauri. Ooh, Iga, that's a big penalty. Duke is going to see that. Oh no! Into the wall goes Rivershawn. He bumped the wall. And it's taken, he hasn't taken an end plate, but he's now taken a 3-second time penalty. This lap, pure chaos from Rivershawn on this lap. One lap to ruin it all, potentially. And now Iga's right on his tail again. He's brought Duca into play as well with him. All the work that Rivershawn has done to catch up to Phoenix, undone in a moment, in a lapse, if you would, to put it all together. And now Rivershawn must refocus. Lucky to not lose the end plate, but now must refocus his efforts. Now must once again begin the hunt for Phoenix. Super Jesse, over to him. Looking at Andre Ivan. The track giving people problems. These inters are going to start heating up as the track continues to dry. Definitely a dry line forming on the track. Yellow flag in sector 2. Now it appears to maybe just be the Aston Martin of Tash. Oh no, the Haas has bumped the wall. The Haas bumps the wall, opens the door for the Alfa Romeo Super Chassis. Can he get the move done? It's going to be the question. Going down into turn 1. And the Haas too far ahead. But some cracks appearing in that defense of Andre Ivan. Through the hairpin. This is Alfa Romeo go. Looking. To apply more pressure to the Haas. A slight moment where it got to be too much for Andre Ivan and he scraped the wall. Still held onto the position. Rivershawn continuing the quest to try and chase down Phoenix. It was 2 seconds after the mistake. Now 1.3 to 1.1. Rivershon approaching. Trocchio has not been able to get back to being close to Mulchian, who is now 26 back of the race leader, F1 racer, who's led from the start. Could be wire to wire here for F1 racer. 14 laps to go. Little loose is that Alfa Romeo. As car's trying to get out of the way. Blue flag's trying to get out of the way here in sector 3. What is he going to be able to do? Can he get by Andre Ivan? That will be the question. Rivershon once again losing time to Phoenix, who has put in a decent performance, has to be said. But when is it time for to rise? Track is really looking primed for it now. You can see barely any water left on it. Top-down view looks pretty dry. But, oh no, is that the rain picking up again? Rain is picking up again. Maybe we won't be going to dries. We'll see. It is raining over there towards the exit to the tunnels. Still stopped in sector 3. Rivershon again losing time, down to 2.7, or up to 2.7, I should say. So Phoenix doing well to hold on to 7th. Probably one of the more consistent drives this afternoon, along with Mulchian and F1 Racer at the front. Rivershon's got 6 seconds of time penalties. He is going to be sitting in 10th position currently. As Max Duca looking for a pass. We do have a yellow flag in sector. Oh, Phoenix are retired. No! The commentator's curse. Phoenix is in the wall. He's out. The commentator's curse has followed me from Counter-Strike to F1. One of the most consistent drives. Phoenix is out of the race. Very unfortunate for the AlphaTauri driver, who was doing so well. And that is our 4th retirement with just about 13 laps to go. Super Jesse back on the gearbox of the Haas. Looking for P5. We'll see if he can pick it up here. Andre Ivan certainly again with the penalty. It's going to be dropping down to P6. Super Jesse has P5 right now, but I'd like to get it on track. Meanwhile, Rivershon is 25 adrift of Super Jesse. Now it's on him to hold on to these positions. F1 Racer has gone into the 121s. No safety car, no safety car. Might not be enabled because of the crossplay feature, my friend. I will get back to you on that one. But look at the skyline. That might be the sun trying to poke through. Rivershon trying to hold on against his teammates. Trocchio now with the fastest lap. He takes it away from F1 Racer. He takes it. He's the second driver to go into the 121. Mercedes trying to fend off one Alpine. Super Jesse. Can he get it? These final 2 turns have really been tricky for a lot of drivers. Looks pretty clean, but he can't get the run on the Haas in front. And again, Andre Ivan will hold on to the position. Tash is out. Tash DNFs. He's done. He's retired into the pits. Matis Brochten will be up at the P11. F1 Racer now down to low 121s. the question is, when is it time for dries? That's going to be the question on everybody's mind as the race continues. We could get, now you're almost approaching super soft territory. Super Jesse looking at this Haas, and again Duca looking at these Mercedes. Oh, very close is Duca. Got it down to only 2/10. Trying to get a run out of these hairpins. Down across towards, of course, towards the chicane. Can he get the run? He just can't seem to find the little bit of power that he needs on the straights, and he's not close enough to try and attempt to outbrake going down into the chicane. It's dangerous enough as it is. And Duca, look at how close this is. Duca right on the side. Duca going for the inside, but is the space there? Not really. And Duca will have to hold off. It'll have to be again on the front straight as they head down towards Rascasse. 120s for the F1 racer. Track is certainly drying. Alpine looks pretty good, but the Mercedes with a huge boost off the line. Alpine cannot seem to get a position in the turn. Can they do it up the hills? They're going to be the question. The Mercedes are side by side. The Mercedes are going for it. The Mercedes have allowed, oh, and Duca trying to follow through. Duca runs his counterpart very wide. But Duca trying to push through, pull through against Iga. Can he do it? Iga with the inside line on the run down to the hairpin. Not the hairpin. And, oh, very tight. Mercedes, they bump. They still are side by side. This is insane. But it looks like finally Duca's gotten by. Finally, Duca is into P8. Great move from Duca. Now he's free to chase down Rivershawn. Now he's free to try and get past both. The gap, 28.7 seconds to Super Chessie, though. It's not going to be something that can be closed down in 9 and 10 laps here. Meanwhile, Super Chessie trying to do it himself against Andre Ivan as well. Trying to chase down is Haas, who is really trying to get close to Solid Ninja Snake. Solid Ninja Snake 32 seconds back from Trocchio. But F1 Racer into the lead right now from wire to wire. It's been flawless from the F1 Racer. Interestingly enough, oh, Matthias Brockton, a 120.0. Where has that lap come from? At the bottom of the field with a purple lap, taking an extra point away from the rest of the field. The only man currently who can play spoiler, and he has done so. For Jesse, Andre Ivan really pressuring the McLaren in front of Solid Ninja Snake. As Duca loses time to Rivershawn. F1 Racer goes into the 119s. He grabs that bonus point back. Now. What can he do? Can he get on this gearbox of the McLaren? Seems to have the straight line speed to disrupt him here. Certainly coming out of the tunnels, he does. Another 10th there. We'll see. Meanwhile, Iga, I should say, very close to getting the pass back on Duca. Staying very close. Duca, Rivershawn back in the 9th. Duca's made the pass. Duca has made the pass on Rivershawn, and so has Iga, who has moved up to P8. Pass is only 4 seconds off from getting the position, but this is Andre Ivan taking a gamble here. Oh no, a lot of pit teams. Look at it, a lot of pit teams are coming out with their soft tires. It's the softs and not the super softs. But the first player to pit onto them is good. Oh no, F1 racer 118 with the intermediate. So yeah, he still has the inters, but the first driver to pit is going to, for the softs is going to be Andre Ivan. He has come out with them. What advantage can this give him? There is time to be lost in the pits, certainly. A new front wing for Duca. That's going to really set him back. And he's going to go on to the softs as well while he is here. Hasn't lost any position. As it's still going to be Iga coming out behind him. Rivershawn is 11 seconds back. He's going on to mediums. Rivershawn is going on to mediums tires. Interestingly enough. But it's been F1 racer from the front, leading from wire to wire on inters. Does he come into the pits? He went purple sector 2. Certainly it's got to be time for softs though. Certainly. Does he come in? Yes. F1 racer diving into the pits. Also on inters is Mulchian. Certainly he will think about the pits. Rivershawn, meanwhile, trying to get by Duca. It's a very good run for Rivershawn. Rivershawn could look for the pass here, going down the chicane. A very good run. Is he going to go? DRS is back on for the final few laps as well. We're going to get DRS. But Duca with a better... Oh, that's a big tap of the wall. No loss of the plate, but certainly a loss of time. And certainly that takes him out of DRS range. Out of DRS range for the straight. His teammates got it though on him. Iga with the wing open. Pasty's putting in the fastest lap on a 1:15.2. Certainly you expect F1 racers going to come back and snatch it at some point. Andre Ivan, meanwhile, of the Haas. The Alfa Romeo got by him, but he wants to chase him down. And the Haas has got himself really right up on the rear of Super Jesse. It was 19 adrift of Solid Snake Ninja. Is Solid Snake Ninja still in the inters? Certainly not. The Haas trying to get close to this Alfa Romeo. Trying to stick to this rear wing. Very good turn from the Haas. He was thinking about that run down towards the inside, the break towards the inside. Doing for him there. Duca's got the purple lap at a 1:14.0. Duca with an opportunity for a bonus point right now. 5 laps to go. Almost 4. Certainly 4 for our race leader, F1 racer. There's 27 seconds ahead of the field. He's had an uneventful race from the start. Rest of the field, not so much. Wing open for Andre Ivan. Does he have enough space? No. There's too much track. He will not get the position. Now, Team Motors, there's F1 Racer's fastest lap. There's a spin! Rivershawn has spun. He did so well to keep it out of the wall. So incredibly well to keep it out of the wall. But now he's got to defend against the Red Bull. Pasty's on the tail. Big chunk of that curve. And now Rivershawn, hold on. Against this Red Bull. DRS open for the Red Bull. Mulchian is chasing down Trocchio, who's in P2 right now. And so going up the hill, it'll still be 10th for Pasty River, shot in 9th. Have to get done on track. Always feels good when you can. So much pressure from this Red Bull. Also want to stay in front in case Pasty makes a mistake, gets a time penalty in the final 4 laps of this race. 3 to go for our leader who crosses the line. Is Pasty trying to get it done. Trying to avoid the penalties in the process. 5 of our 11 with penalties currently. Took a wider line there, did the Red Bull. Can he get the run? Wing's going to be open. McLaren goes very wide, or sorry, Mercedes goes very wide, and it just invites the Red Bull through. It is Pasty getting it done on the track. 9th for him. He is up a position. Oh, yellow. Oh no, there's a yellow flag in sector 2, and it's Matthias Sprockton who has crashed in sector 2. And a field of 16 reduced to 10 from the brutality of the Monaco streets. You knew you were going to get some DNFs. 6 this time. Any more? Mulchin trying to get the pass done on the track before this race is up. 2 to go. But F1 Racer impeccably in the lead by 27 seconds. The final battle for position here in this race. Mulchin and Trocchio for second. So going down the hill towards the hairpin. Trocchio. And just maintained a little bit of the gap. Yellow flag, sectors 1, sector 2. That's Pasty! That's Pasty's out! Pasty's crashed. And what was looking good for him in P9 is giving Rivershot P9 again. He should still finish because I think he has, what, 37 laps complete? So he should still rank. But it will be P10 for him. F1 Racer, though, watching him now, it's been flawless from him from qualifying straight through. 3/10 on the field, 2.5 on the field in qualifying. And wire to wire here on the street circuit of Monaco. Around one last time. Lap traffic in front of him. He is not going to care. He has been absolutely excellent when needed to be. And F1 Racer, for the second time this season, will be a winner. F1 Racer wins the Monaco Grand Prix in season 25. And in a gap of 29 seconds to his closest rival, Trocchio, trying to hold on. We're going to move over to Super Jesse, who is trying to get the pass done. This would be for position. Super Jesse, hungry for it. Side by side, down the hill. Final lap, and Super Jesse sticks it. The Haas comes through as well. Andre Ivan will follow his man through and take P5 off of Solid Snake on the final, or Solid Ninja Snake on the final lap. Solid will get at least the 1 position back if he can hold on to a 2-second gap. the penalty on Andre Ivan. Molchan has crossed second. Cherokee has crossed third. Super Jesse here, the next in line. Max Dukas crossed seventh, a lap down. Iga is crossed eighth, a lap down. Rivershot will finish ninth. Passy is probably still going to rank or classify. And Super Jesse will hold on to fourth. It'll be Andre Ivan in fifth. The question is, did Andre Ivan hold on to his position is going to be the question. Max Duka gets driver of the day. Mine has got to be the game. Mine has got to be F1 racer. I just think it's been flawless from wire to wire. It's been really solid stuff. And he absolutely deserves my driver of the day as we prepare for... I just got pinged at Discord. One of the most consistent, and then I crashed. This Phoenix. Not cool. I am so sorry, Phoenix. I am actually so sorry. It is just, life is very, very comedic at times, and that was certainly one of them. But indeed, it is F1 Racer taking first place. Congratulations to him. A solid race overall. So F1 Racer comes in your race winner. Molchan is second. Trokyo third. Super Jesse will be fourth from 10th. Solid Ninja Snake is fifth. Andre Ivan did hold on to the position, or no, he lost the position to Solid Ninja Snake. So 6 for him in the Haas. Max Duka is in 7th in the Alpine. It is going to be Iga in 8th, Rivershawn in 9th. Pasty will get the final point in 10th. He is considered classified, like we said. And then Matthias Brockton in 11th, Tash 12th, Phoenix 13th, Pedro 14th, Armate 15th, Vaga is in 16th. That is it for the race. Race director, by the way, incidents. Up, can't grab it. I'm too slow. You can't let a boomer do that. But nonetheless, interviews are open. We'll see if anyone does want to interview right now. No one is in the ready for interview space. So we're going to take it back to the lobby as we wait for potential interviews. Let's see here. Want to see if anyone comes in. Yes, Molchan is in here. Oh, I can't drag him. I don't think. Oh no, it's my my Discord freezing. But first interview of the afternoon. Let me get the Discord audio up on the stream for you all, actually, and it will be Molchan. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Toby, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Molchan?
It is, yes. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Great race.
Yes, a pretty crazy race, actually, all things considered, but a good performance from you. Second place, I believe, correct? So,
yes.
And pretty, aside from a little bit of pressure that you got from that Williams, right, or from the third place position, talk us through how it was, and because the conditions were really tricky. So let's start there. Actually, how was it driving? How were the conditions?
Yeah, first of all, congrats to F1 Racer. He did a fantastic job. What a performance. No chance against his pace. Yeah, through the race he was 1 second faster when we per lap, but if I kept going and going, the pace got better. And but no chance against him today. He was in another league. But with my PC, I like to run the game on max settings and ultra settings. And yes, the rain in this game, and with ray tracing, it looks so beautiful. And yes, it is more difficult with the graphic settings that high. Yeah, so esports guys are driving on minimal because they don't want to see the raindrops. But I liked that a lot, and yeah, it was heavy. And yeah, the pressure from the Williams behind me, yeah, was intense. But I kept it on the track. I kept it out of the voids, and yes, he had a 3-second time penalty, but I had 2 slow stops. I don't know what was wrong there. I clicked the button too early, and I got a 3-second stop, and instead of the 2.2, the pink one. But I think he would have gotten me anyway, because he pitted a lap earlier than me on the soft. But congrats to him for P3, great race, and yes.
You and me got something in common there. I played the game on Ultra too, and hopefully the viewers actually got to see that today. Thankfully, so the first lap actually. Look, my PC single PC stream. I have to admit, right? Always tough, right, Mulchian? So I actually didn't load in till lap 3. Can you walk us through what happened in the opening laps?
Yeah, from my view, I got a good start. I went, the start on the fullwets was pretty crazy. I gained a position, and my teammate Pasti too. I don't know if you saw the crash with him and our mate. Where
No, I
he
did
got,
not, because again, I loaded in lap 3.
I think, I don't know the corner. It's Mirabeau, the right-hander. After the casino section, the right-hander. Yeah, both were side by side, and yeah, my Pasti was left, and our mate the McLaren was in the inside, and yeah, in my view, or he left, yeah, a little bit not enough space, and yeah, he put him into the wall, and yeah, race was done there. The wing damage. Yeah, but 1 lap later, our mate crashed in the first corner. So a little bit of karma, but I don't know who was at fault there. We have to see the onboards from both guys to see who was at fault. But yeah, F1 racer went down the hill. He was he drove his own race, and behind me, I think it's Monaco things. Many guys don't have the motivation to drive here, and with not much of a practice, zero practice. Many, and we had a lot of DNFs today. Yes, but
Yes,
I think the first few laps were quite interesting. But I think that's the most you missed with the crash with the crash of Pasti and Ahmed. So
you got to be chuffed though at the end. I mean, that's a big 18 points. That jumps you up to 21 points. So really that puts that also is going to probably leap Red Bull potentially up another spot or two. So really, I mean, when Pasti had troubles, Pasti actually still classified, by the way, because he crashed on, I think it was 37. So
yes, he will get points.
Yes, he will get
1
points.
point.
1 point, right? So, on a day where he was unable to provide for Red Bull, you managed to pull through. Talk us through how you like the team so far, and also how you're feeling about the 18 points that suddenly have been deposited into your account. What was, I have to say, an excellent performance from you today.
Yeah, thanks a lot again. I think our team is very strong. And I have one friend of me. He raced against Pasti back in AOR. I don't know, in F1 2018 when he was on the PlayStation. My friend too, so he knows him a little bit, and he was in the esports program from Williams a few years ago. So yeah, we know his name, and we know he has a strong pace. But yeah, today it's Monaco, but I think we can we can get good results during the season. And yes, and good teamwork is essential to be in front at the end. But let's keep going through every race, and then let's see how the season ends. And yes, 18 points today, very very good, because the last race in Austria was a disaster from my view, with the strategy, and I want to forget that race.
Well, you do have another one coming up. Hungary is next. How do you feel? Talk us first. Just two questions. How you feel about the track, and what your expectations are for yourself in that race next week.
Yeah, I raced in Hungary a few weeks ago in another league and won there. So I think I really don't like the track on the game, but with the new setup changes I got before that race, I won. Feeling quite comfortable for next week, and yeah, Monaco without voids. Let's see. I think it could be another solid result there. Yeah, let's see.
Definitely. And looking forward to it next week. Congratulations on the podium, Mulchian, and
Thank you.
have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you. German won too with a fundraiser, and he will be the next in the interview.
Yes, he is the next interview. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mulchian. Yeah, I'm going to move you back down there now.
Yep.
So, inviting in our second interview, and the race winner, two-time race winner to start season 25, F1 racer. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, excellent. Welcome aboard. And I just got to switch your volume here because you were significantly lower than Mulchian. So let me just up your volume.
I'm very sorry.
No, it's all good. That's why they have sliders for Discord. It is all good. So talk us through another excellent race win through the qualifying the whole way. You were in the lead practically, and then wire to wire. How did it feel out there given the tough conditions?
Actually, it felt very good, to be honest. Like, the pace was there from lap 1. I bottled my last quali lap because I forgot the time. But yeah, the pace on the race was very, very nice. There were no part in the race where I felt like it wasn't in control. And that's something to say in Monaco, to be honest.
Yeah, Monaco is like, the control matters more than anything else, right? I mean, I raced it back in 2011 and 2012, and it's just like staying in control of the car is just really so much more vital in having a good performance.
I actually believe that even if it sounds stupid, but I think it's even easier in the rain because you're again more focused. Because in the dry, you're always trying to push, the line very well, and you're like, to hit the wall in the dries. I think it's easier than in the wet, because in the wet, if you know where to brake in some regards, you're always a bit more cautious anyway. So for me, the last laps on the soft tire were even the laps where I thought I could bottle it easier than on the full wet tires in the start of the race.
Now,
for me at least.
Right, and I get that. Is you're more cautious at the in the wet than you are the dry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, bless you.
Thank you. Talk to me about the first few laps, because I actually I'm single PC streaming, so I actually did not load in till lap 3. So did you catch any of what happened behind you? I know usually when you're leading from the front, it's not really your focus. But did you kind of catch what happened, or and then also talk us through your start and your opening 2 laps, how you got off the line?
Yeah, I got off the line very well, and I was ahead like 3 seconds after lap 1. So behind me, something happened between, I guess, Mulchan and Armate, or no, Armate and somebody else. I don't know who it was. Something happened. I know, because the Red Bull dropped a few places, but in the end of the day, I just watched the gap, and the gap went bigger every lap, and then I felt very comfortable and tried to don't bin it, because that would be like the most awful thing I've ever done, leading so comfortably.
Well, you say don't bin it, right? And obviously it's given at Monaco, right? Much harder said than done, has to be said. But your rival in the championship, Phoenix, put it in the wall. Like he DNF'd. So you got a big jump in the gap now in the championship. Obviously, it's unfortunate to see him bin it, but your thoughts now on having a lead that is been exacerbated from 12 points to about 37.
Yeah, definitely the gap in the championship is very nice now, but I'm looking to race like they're doing the professional F1. It's nothing is won until the last race is over, and it's nice to be ahead in the championship and leading comfortably, but I guess it can change next race. I've lost the race in Austria due to the weather, and who knows what's gonna happen in Hungary. It could turn quite the opposite way very, very fast.
Talk to us about the weather, and deciding when was the right time for Inters to dry. Like, was that an easier decision to make for you, or is it between the wets and the Inters is the easiest decision? And what goes into those decisions while you're on the track?
Actually, since I had the gaps the whole time, I could watch what the others were doing, and so I had no part where it was difficult. I stayed out one lap longer than everybody else for the Inters, and I stayed one lap longer out for the soft tire as well, because I had the gap and I could lose 2 seconds, and not doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, what I did in Austria last week. So yeah, it was not very tough, since I could watch the others how they would perform, and since they went for fastest lap, immediately I knew it was the right tire.
So talk to me also real quick, because you mentioned about you feel you take more caution in the wet, so it's kind of easier to drive on Monaco than opposed to when you have to push in the dry, but you still had the pace. Was that ever I don't want to say a concern, because that's a bit disingenuous, right? But did you ever wonder how your pace would match up in the wet versus the field versus in the dry, or were you just confident the whole way that you had the pace to be at the front of the pack from wire to wire, no matter the conditions?
Well, I felt very comfortable after the qualifying, since I was there 2 times up on P2, and I didn't even have my last lap. So I felt comfortable there, and then right now the first 3 races were all wet. So we had a 100% wet race in Portugal. We had a 99% wet race in Austria. Now we had another 95% wet race in Monaco. So I knew that my wet weather pace would not be the worst of the grid. And Monaco, if you're ahead in Monaco, it doesn't matter anyway, as long as no safety cars interrupt the race. And I don't know why, but we had several crashes into Saint-Evot, and so turn 1, and no safety car came out. So I don't know if Ben Malena was having a drink or something, but I didn't mind. So I didn't mind.
Look, as a commentator, I didn't mind either. I don't know if you remember those leagues in North America where we would have 3 or 4 guaranteed every race. That was those were long races, mate. I don't mind not having a safety car. But one last question for you before we send you on your way. The Hungary is next. First off, your thoughts on the track? Do you like the track? What do you like about the track? But also, how do you feel about it going into that race?
Yeah, they call Hungary the Monaco without walls, so I'm rather confident in Hungary. It's again a track where you can't really overtake. Yet you can into turn 1, but it's still difficult. And yeah, I look forward to every race actually, because I think for me personally, I like driving right now and competing in AOR as well. So I hope next week we have a full grid again and we can have another hopefully dry race.
Yeah, Phoenix said wet season so far. I haven't been here for the first 2 races, but you said the weather in Austria also tripped you up, so I'd imagine it's at least been 2 of the 3 that have been wet so far.
No, it's 3 out of 3.
3 out of
3
3? Oh, jeez. Okay. It is maybe wet season. So, nonetheless, a big congratulations, F1 Racer. You were the class of the grid today by miles. You were my driver of the day as well. So, big congratulations. 2 wins from 3 so far this season, and looking forward to maybe a 3rd one in Hungary.
Let's wait and see. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for commentating. It was a long time not commentating in AOR, so appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I had a, oddly enough, funny story. I had an issue. I moved on to Windows 11, and I had an issue with the graphics because they didn't update like the compatibility with F1 didn't update the compatibility with Windows 11. So I actually was just getting a black screen every time you would load into a game in ACC or F1. So I couldn't even play the game for a good 4 to 5 months. It was pretty brutal.
That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, it was awful. But glad to be back, and definitely looking forward to Hungary, mate. I'm with you. I hope we get a full grid. But congratulations once again, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye. Have a nice week.
Bye. Have a nice week as well. That's F1 Racer, everybody. The final of our interviews, just 2 for you today. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned out. We had some people in the chat. We want to shout them out, of course. Jacob as well. Ollie's drone footage, fella in the chat. Timothy Spearson. Very good to see you all in the chat. And we'll be back here next week. We are back. F1 is back on the AOR channel. Season 25 is back with a rumble. F1 Racer, a big win today. 25 points at the top, 2 from 3. We'll see if you continue it at Hungary and what other surprises might be in store. Until then, this is Benikage saying thank you so much, and thank you to our wonderful sponsors. We can't do this without them, by the way. So big thanks to our sponsors, of course. The first one is SimSok. It is the perfect sock for all your sim racing needs, including strategically placed unique grips. No more feet, which means there are no more feet slipping off your pedals. Cool Max yarn, which wicks away moisture. Arch support, as somebody works on their feet all day, that is so underappreciated. Arch support is so wonderful. Breathable panels as well, and a cushioned heel for comfort during any of your endurance racing needs. So check them out at SimSok. That's SimSok.com. And of course, a big thanks to our other sponsor, Driver 61 and their Sim Racing Academy. Driver 61, great content that they put out, and also a wonderful Sim Racing Academy. You can check them out at driver61.com/sim-racing/D61-sim-racing-academy. And you can get 25% off a consultation session and free coaching session when you use code AOR Driver 61. That's AOR Driver 61. Big thank you to everybody that showed up, and we will see you once again next week for Hungary, race 4 of our season 25 F1 Championship. Until then, this is Benikage signing off. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
Maybe